Oh. Okay. Go. Oh. Ho, ho, ho. Bam. Oh. Okay. Go. Okay. Let's go. Wow. Okay. Oh. Haha. Wow. Okay. 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 Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay.